So you're moving to a new state and you want to buy a house. I love it. That's actually something that we do a lot of, and we have a lot of fun because we work with people who sometimes can work remote from anywhere, or maybe they're retired or they get some sort of income where they don't have to be in a location, and they literally can explore the entire country because I'm licensed in 48 states. Yes, I'm not licensed in Utah and Rhode Island, and no, that has not harmed any buyers yet. Okay. So here's what you need to know if you're thinking about making the big move. Now, first of all, if you're a remote worker, easy, okay? I can't stress it enough, easy. What we're gonna want is a letter from your employer that states you work remote and that your pay will not change by moving to a new location. Now you may go, well, Jen, why would you even, that's so weird. Well, it's because during COVID, we saw banks, we saw hedge funds, we saw all these different types of corporations where if they were paying someone, let's say a good amount in New York, if they moved to Ohio, they were dropping their pay. So that's why we always want to clarify that you're going to get paid the same. And look, it's good for you too. You don't want to move there. You don't want to buy a house, move there, and then find out you're getting a pay cut. And yeah, that can happen with remote workers. So remote, great. If you get VA disability or Social Security or you're retired on a pension, easy. Wherever you want to go, fantastic. You are free from the system, my friend, and it's easy to switch states. Now here's where it gets tricky, okay? Now let's say that you're let's say that you're an accountant in California and you work for an accounting firm, okay? And you want to move to Texas. Cool. What I'm gonna need is I'm gonna need a job offer letter, or if you're transferring, a transfer letter. So what I'll hear a lot is well, I've been an accountant for 20 years. I'm gonna get a job when I get there. That doesn't work for underwriters, unfortunately. We have to be able to show that you're gonna have income in the state that you're moving to. So even if you are a highly paid accountant and have been, if you guys can hear that, that's because there's fighter jets outside practicing. It's pretty cool. But even if you're the world's best accountant, we're still gonna have to show that you have income in the new state. And that's the biggest hurdle I see a lot, is I'll see that people want to leave higher cost states. And they may be an accountant, they may work in a restaurant, they may work, doing anything, but it's location based. So whenever it's location based, we're gonna need a job offer letter or a transfer letter. Now, let's talk about the job offer letter. The job offer letter has to be non-contingent, meaning there's nothing else you have to do to get the job. Sometimes we'll pre-approve people while the offer's contingent, and then they're doing the stuff they have to do. So for certain jobs, there's a background check or a drug test. We just have to make sure it's non-contingent before closing. Second thing is it needs a start date, and that start date needs to be firm. So if it's a start date, or you have to do all these other things, we're gonna wanna know, well, have you done all those things? Is that gonna be the start date? We have to clarify, okay? Really, it's not that hard. The biggest pushback I really get is people are like, well, how am I supposed to get a job before I go out there? Now, if you're in a line of work where getting a job offer letter or getting transferred is impossible, then that is a situation where you're gonna wanna move to the state, rent, get a job, and then buy a house, because we have to be able to show income. So, the other things to explore when you're looking at new states, property taxes are different, so if you owned a house, let's say in California, but you're moving to Texas, the property taxes in Texas are a lot more. So that's definitely a conversation you want to make sure you're having with your lender is, hey, how much should I expect for property taxes? Homeowners insurance. Come to Florida, the beaches are beautiful. But let's talk about that homeowners insurance, because if you're coming from a state where it's not expensive, it's gonna be shocking. So look, I'm seeing people move all around the country right now to different states looking for a better quality of life and lower cost living, and I think it's fantastic. And we're here to support you. So if you have questions, if you're like, well, what about this, or what about that, or what about this or that, just reach out, get on the calendar. It's always free. We'll advise you. This is what we do all day long. You just want to make sure you're not working with a lender that's going to get you almost to the finish line and then say, Well, where's your job offer letter? That happens to people. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a good day.